Batch scoring is a method used to process large volumes of data at once, rather than in real time. This is particularly useful when dealing with extensive data sets that need to be scored or analyzed periodically. In the context of machine learning, batch scoring allows you to apply a trained model to a dataset to generate predictions or insights. This process is essential for businesses that need to analyze historical data or perform large scale data processing tasks. Batch scoring is crucial for several reasons. Firstly, it allows for the efficient processing of large data sets, which is often more cost effective than real time scoring. Secondly, it enables the analysis of historical data, providing insights that can inform future decisions. Lastly, batch scoring can be scheduled to run during off peak hours, minimizing the impact on system performance and ensuring that resources are used optimally. To start a batch scoring job, you first need to set up a batch endpoint. This involves deploying your trained model to a cloud service that supports batch processing. In Azure, for example, you can use Azure Machine Learning to create a batch endpoint. This endpoint will serve as the interface through which you can submit batch scoring jobs. Setting up the endpoint typically involves specifying the model, the compute resources, and the input-output data locations. Deploying the model to a batch endpoint involves several steps. First, you need to register the trained model in your machine learning workspace. Next, you create an inference configuration that specifies the environment and dependencies required for the model to run. Finally, you deploy the model to the batch endpoint, specifying the compute target and any additional settings. This process ensures that your model is ready to handle batch scoring jobs. Once the batch endpoint is set up and the model is deployed, you can create a batch scoring job. This involves defining the input data, which could be stored in a data lake or a database, and specifying the output location for the results. You also need to configure the job settings, such as the compute resources to be used and any parameters required by the model. After configuring these settings, you can submit the job to the batch endpoint for processing. Monitoring is a critical aspect of batch scoring. Once a job is submitted, you need to track its progress to ensure it completes successfully. Most cloud services provide tools for monitoring batch jobs, allowing you to view logs, check the status of the job, and receive notifications upon completion. Effective monitoring helps you identify and resolve issues quickly, ensuring that your batch scoring jobs run smoothly and deliver accurate results. Errors can occur during batch scoring, and it's essential to handle them effectively. Common issues include data format errors, resource limitations, and model inference failures. Implementing error handling and retry mechanisms can help mitigate these issues. For example, you can configure your batch scoring job to retry failed tasks a certain number of times before marking them as failed. Additionally, logging errors and analyzing them can provide insights into potential improvements for future jobs. Optimizing the performance of batch scoring jobs is crucial for efficiency and cost effectiveness. This can be achieved by selecting appropriate compute resources, optimizing data storage and access, and fine-tuning the model for faster inference. Additionally, parallel processing and distributed computing techniques can be employed to speed up the scoring process. Regularly reviewing and optimizing your batch scoring setup ensures that you get the best performance and value from your resources. Security is a vital aspect of batch scoring, especially when dealing with sensitive data. Ensuring that data is encrypted both in transit and at rest is essential. Access controls should be implemented to restrict who can submit and monitor batch scoring jobs. Additionally, auditing and logging should be enabled to track access and changes to the batch endpoint and associated resources. Adhering to security best practices helps protect your data and maintain compliance with regulatory requirements. Managing costs is an important consideration when running batch scoring jobs. Cloud services typically charge based on compute resources and storage used, so it's essential to optimize these aspects to minimize costs. This can involve selecting cost-effective compute instances, using spot instances for non-critical jobs, and optimizing data storage. Additionally, scheduling batch jobs during off-peak hours can take advantage of lower pricing. Effective cost management ensures that you get the most value from your batch scoring operations. Retraining the model is an ongoing process that ensures it remains accurate and relevant. As new data becomes available, the model should be retrained to incorporate this data and improve its predictions. This involves updating the training dataset, retraining the model, and redeploying it to the batch endpoint. Regular retraining helps maintain the model's performance and ensures that it continues to deliver valuable insights. Automating the batch scoring and retraining workflow can significantly improve efficiency and consistency. This can be achieved using tools like Azure Machine Learning Pipelines, which allow you to define and automate the steps involved in data preparation, model training, deployment, and batch scoring. Automation reduces the need for manual intervention, minimizes errors, and ensures that the workflow runs smoothly and consistently. Implementing automation helps streamline your operations and allows you to focus on deriving insights from the results. Consider a retail company that uses batch scoring to analyze customer purchase data. By deploying a machine learning model to a batch endpoint, the company can process large volumes of transaction data to identify purchasing patterns and trends. This information can be used to optimize inventory management, personalize marketing campaigns, and improve customer satisfaction. The batch scoring process is scheduled to run overnight, ensuring that the latest insights are available each morning for decision-making. In conclusion, invoking a batch endpoint to start a batch scoring job is a powerful technique for processing large datasets and generating valuable insights. By following best practices such as optimizing performance, ensuring security, managing costs, and automating workflows, you can maximize the effectiveness of your batch scoring operations. Regularly retraining your model ensures that it remains accurate and relevant, providing ongoing value to your organization. Embracing these practices helps you leverage the full potential of batch scoring in your machine learning projects.